things like the death of Gwen Stacy or If This Be My Destiny. The symbiote arc gets so much attention from fans and creators alike. As soon as a new adaptation of Spider-Man crops up, it's as if folks are waiting with bated breath to see him get some black goop on him and then rip it off inside a bell tower a few days later. But there's a funny thing about this story. It's kind of a mess. Structurally, it's always kind of been a mess. Clearly a compelling mess. Definitely an endearing one. But a mess nonetheless. The origin of this story arc reveals that it was hardly a clear creative vision originally. In non-fiction reality, Marvel held a contest allowing fans to submit story ideas for comics, and a fan named Randy Schueller submitted this idea for Spider-Man to have a stealth suit made of unstable molecules. The bigwigs at Marvel liked the vibe of his artwork, and they tried to work with Schueller to develop the idea further, but it ended up falling through. Until a few years later, when the general design of the suit was palette swapped for a merchandising deal involving a huge crossover event called Secret Wars. Among the community, rumors had begun to spread about Spider-Man getting a new costume, and due to release schedules, the black suit ended up appearing in the main run of Spider-Man comics before its origin could be explained in Secret Wars number 8. The abrupt change caused some stir with fans. People didn't like it, so there was an instant pressure to get Spidey back in his reds and blues. The writers decided to acquiesce, but they didn't want to get rid of the black suit until the run of Secret Wars was finished and everything could be explained properly. This meant they had a few months and a handful of issues to give Peter a good reason for taking the costume off. So they came up with the idea that the suit was not only alive, but sentient. However, interestingly, in the original run of Spider-Man comics, during the stretch of time that Peter is wearing the black costume after Secret Wars, it doesn't make him stronger, and it doesn't affect his behavior either. It's really mostly helpful to him as a costume. The initial idea was to give Peter a modest upgrade, and a suit that could shapeshift and self-heal seemed like an obvious move for a character like Spider-Man, who was constantly layering his suit under his street clothing and hand-sewing it back together after a nasty fight. When they decided to make the suit sentient, they also made it capable of doing things that Peter didn't explicitly decide to do, like shoot a web out of reflex or reveal his face when the situation called for it. But even when it acted outside of his orders, it was always to his benefit. The writers intended the suit to be alive from the beginning, but they called it a symbiote, which meant its role in Peter's life was intended to be mutually beneficial. People have symbiotic relationships with their pets. Symbiotic relationships in nature are often between a more complex life form and a simpler one. So the black suit originally wasn't designed to cause trouble. It was a good deal. The only worrisome behavior that the suit began to display after the writers decided it was sentient was that it would sometimes take control of Peter's body to patrol the city while he slept. This all came to a head in issue 258, 6 issues after the black suit's first appearance. In this story, Peter has a pretty on-the-nose nightmare in which the black costume and his red one fight over him. While he sleeps, the black suit once again takes him out web-swinging, but this time he notices, and he takes the suit to Reed Richards, who then runs some tests on it, and informs Peter that it's alive, and it's been trying to form a deep, symbiotic bond with him. Spider-Man freaks out and tries to rip the thing off, but it refuses to let go of him, so Reed Richards blasts it off with a sonic gun. It manages to escape the Fantastic Four headquarters and tries to bond with Peter again, resulting in the iconic bell tower sequence we all know and love. And that's it. the entire Black Suit arc until Venom shows up 4 years later. A few things stand out when looking at this original version of the Black Suit story. For one, the suit has no emotional effect on Peter. It also doesn't explicitly seem to enhance its powers beyond its usefulness as a shape-shifting costume. The symbiote tries to help Peter by overriding his bodily autonomy, the main instances being the nightly patrols while Peter rests. But even on these patrols, it doesn't do anything that Peter wouldn't do. It isn't overly violent or aggressive with criminals. It genuinely does its best to be Spider-Man while he sleeps. And even after Peter rejects it and has Reed Richards blasted off of him, the symbiote doesn't return to Peter with malevolent intent, it just misses him. After he removes it for the second time in the bell tower, he is knocked unconscious from shock and exhaustion, at which point the symbiote moves his body to safety and then simply slinks off into the darkness. Even 4 years later, when the symbiote is being worn by Eddie Brock as Venom, it is explicitly stated that Eddie is the one that is homicidally angry at Spider-Man. The symbiote still loves Peter. It's just been forced to bond with an abusive and delusional partner in order to survive. No wonder Venom doesn't trigger his spider sense. The symbiote doesn't want to harm him. The narrative that is more closely adapted whenever the Black Suit enters a Spider-Man story is actually the one from the 90s animated series. Here, we see the suit have a much more tangible effect on Peter's mood and behavior. It was a logical optimization of the story. If the suit makes Peter act like a jerk, he's more likely to notice and take it off. In the comics, he wore the costume for months. In the cartoon, it was only a matter of days before he rejected it, because by that time, it was already making him feel incredibly angry. The other benefit to writing the symbiote as a corrupting and powerful force is that it makes it feel all the more potent as a villain once it's bonded with Eddie Brock to become Venom. It also helps the story make a bit more sense from a characterization standpoint.
Oh, goodness me. Goodness me. Sorry I'm a little late. Setup was so tricky. Setup was so tricky today. I will explain why in just a second here. Okay. Bear with me, everyone. Bear with me. Okay, let me explain. Let me explain why the delay. Hey, check this out. Hold on. See that? This is a CRT computer monitor, pretty darn good one, that I recently obtained, and it's been sitting on the floor next to my desk for a while. And like not yesterday, like 2 days ago, my main monitor that I use, it was over here, like completely crapped out on me. To be fair, it was an old monitor that I bought at Goodwill. It lasted a very long time. It had done its duty with both with me and with whoever the prior owner was, but nevertheless, it didn't work anymore. It just totally, you'd turn it on and it would like die within like 30 seconds, and the colors were red. Which makes me wonder, actually, if when I color corrected Oblivion, if I color corrected it wrong. Whatever, who cares? Anyways, so I was gonna literally buy a new desk for this monitor because it's enormous. This, as wide as my desk is, this monitor is that wide, and it's only able to sit on it because I've pulled my desk away from the wall by about 5 inches, and it's rotated 90 degrees, and even then, it's like right, it's all up in my business. But it's gorgeous, and I love it, and I love the way it looks. Don't get me wrong, like my intention was always to use this as part of my setup, but I just didn't think I'd have to do it so quickly. And the change in aspect ratio has made everything really wonky with my stream setup, but I think I finally got it going. So yeah, that's why that is that way, if you're curious. Black Mesa is on sale right now for $1. That's pretty good. Might pick it up after stream. Is chat broken? Hold on. Chat window looks a little broken. Might need to get maybe moved up a little bit. Oh, that's better. That's nicer. Chat is also cropped a little too low. Let me try to fix that. Uh, 68. Yeah, that's good. There, how you like that? All right, what do you say? I have many old screens like this. This is actually my fourth one. This is the fourth CRT that I own. I love them. I love them too much. To be honest, I have a problem. It almost fell on you. Them heavy. How big is it, Majora? How big was it? All right, what the heck? What are we? Diddly doing here? Don't even remember. I scarcely remember. But we did make a plan. We did make a plan. We were gonna keep on thieving, I think. I successfully fenced the amount. Scriva. It imploded? On accident or on purpose? This person I'm looking for is in Broville, right? I think I remember. Can't be shattering the glass in them things. On contact with the floor, yeah. It'll do that. They'll do that. Not the bridge I'm looking for. Wow, look at that. Look at this place. Beautiful.
Hello.
Hello.
What is it, Sarah?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Good to see you.
Hello.
Morning.
Hi.
Is this pleasure or business? Shadow hide you.
What?
What?
What is it?
Good to see you.
We had this in... I'm going to interpret that sentence as it fell off a shelf. It got bumped and it fell off a shelf. Oh, you had it in school. A kid rammed a pen into. The kid ran into the pedestal it was on. That's how I'm going to interpret that. Let me know if I'm right. Why is this guy dead?
What is it now?
What happened?
Greetings.
Was I...
Well met.
I was fully not paying attention. Why is this guy dead?
May you rest in peace.
What is it now? Greetings, Bosmer.
It's you. Hi. What? Farewell.
Hey?
Hey. Where's the person I'm looking for? Ah.
Hey?
Hey.
It's you. Hi.
What's going on with you?
They say syndicates of wizards have led a boycott of Imperial goods in the land of the Altmer.
It seems...
Evening.
Evening.
Hello.
What's going on with you?
I ran into some goblins in the woods not long ago.
Is this blood? What do you... The Doyen are the hands and eyes of the guild. The current Doyen are Armand, Christophe, and Skriva. Shadow
Horrid
hide
beasts.
you.
Where do I find? Where is Skriva at,
Night.
bro?
Children are Oh, me. Thank you. I look in the lonely suitor. She takes her me. Blessings of Mystara upon ye.
My bow's better than a steel bow, right? Yeah, it is. Doesn't keep a lot of inventory. Dwarven bow replica. It's so heavy. I don't want to steal that. It's too heavy. Lion pellet. It's not worth much, man. It ain't worth much. Take the repair hammer. Take the lockpick, sure. Wow, dude had nothing of value. Unreal. Can't a man just take stuff out of a dead guy's house anymore? Oh. Storage closet. Hello. This is where he keeps the good stuff. Seriously?
First, I'll kill you. Then, I'll get Russell and Laurent. You'll all pay for what you did to me.
Make this guy fight my skeleton.
First, I'll kill you. Then, I'll get Russell and Laurent.
Auden's Avidius attacked me. He was that crooked guard in the Imperial City that threatened Lurok and Ruslan. He must have escaped from prison. Sadly, I was forced to kill him. Wow, okay. ramblings. Thanks, Skelly. Yeah, with the built-in DVD player, that's what you want. That's how you want it. I thought this was the guy that owned the shop I was in right now, and I was like, oh man, he's back from the dead. Alright, I am leaving a trail of bodies. I don't know how this first guy died right in front of me. Then that second guy came into a building that I had broken into. I don't know how he knew I was in there. Crazy stuff.
Hello.
They say that when you murder someone, the Dark Brotherhood comes to you in your sleep. It's how they recruit new members.
No, really?
No doubt.
How are you?
Be seeing
Fine.
you.
And you? A bit
May
better.
I help you?
What's
I
the news
suppose
from
I
the
have
other
a
parts
moment.
of Tamriel?
What is it?
You have returned? I have a special request from the widow of a former fence in Leowyn. As your new doyen, I am asking you to help her.
Okay.
A street
Count me
scavenger made off
doyen.
with a ring that the widow Adarji values highly. She is offering a reward. The guild frowns on freelance thieves. Are you willing to go to Leowyn, find the ring, and get it back to Adarji?
He's not Union. He's not Union. Take him down.
This is good. Go to Leowyn, speak with Adarji, and help her find her ring.
Nothing
Good
I'd like
hunting.
to talk about. Good to see you.
Care.
Still
Take
just a
care.
corpse leaning against the door. Love that. Where the dang heck am I going? Gotta go to Leowyn. Leowyn. Leowyn, that's south of here. Set a little marker for myself. Mark that out. Go out adventuring. Go out, walk around. Go out, be free, and smell the birds. Hey, Majora, tell me, why don't people go out and they don't even ever smell the birds anymore? Bay horse.
Evening.
Gotta buy that horse. Where's my horse?
How do you do? If you are looking to buy a horse, buy.
Just had to go in a circle, just had to do a little circuit. How can you have a horse, how can you have a stable, own and operate a stable right next to a big glowy well? A big glowy ancient structure and not. And I'm the first person to explore it. Crazy town. You gotta, sometimes you gotta smell the birds. Sometimes you gotta. I heard some Nern root. Oh, What have we here? Whatever do we have here? Timber this, wolf. How you like a skeleton? How you like a skeleton hitting you really hard with an axe, dude? Pick this Nern root. Yeah, skeleton. You go to you do a little bit of urban exploration, Majora, abandoned buildings and stuff. That can be pretty neato. That can be pretty neato, not gonna lie. Oh, thank goodness, another freaking wolf. Can't even conjure a dang skeleton on the back of a horse. What? Oh, I'm hugging the edge of the map. Once met a homeless dude. Sounds pretty chill. Blackwood. Ooh. Oh, I hear more Nern root. I don't know why. I just feel like I gotta get all that Nern root. This wolf had one gold on him. Probably had to pay for the bus. Oh, that's why I stopped, because I heard this Nern root. Take that too. Yeah, it's okay, skeleton. Why do the skeletons sound like snakes? I like it, don't get me wrong. It just feels weird, though. Once I was in school, all blocks, all the bio class. Thing's still there. I'm having a hard time interpreting that, Majora. I understand what you're... I think I understand all the words. What was still there? The homeless dude? Hey. That's not very nice, the way you're shooting my horse with magic, man. What are you, a little imp? Hey, stop that. Stop that. Why are you... There. Now you got 2 arrows in your butt. This fort's full of imps. Maybe I could clear out. Maybe I could find something important. You know? Huh? Maybe that's like a secret. Maybe that's like a secret hint, like a secret code in the game. So who's that guy? Wait a second. Wait just a second. Here.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
Who's this? Who's this character? He's fighting, killing some stuff. Think he is good boy or bad boy? So, Kira, what? Always apologizing for being late. I was late. I was late to start this stream. Ooh. Wow, that's a great chest. And then we also, we found a spell tome. Searing Flame, I think. Searing Flame. 3 points for 5 seconds on target. Bam, now we've got Night Eye, dude. It's great. Nothing's dark anymore. Base amulet of... Dude, what are all these amazing chests? What do we think his deal is? He's an adventurer.
I scour the land, seeking fortune for Gortwog and Orsinium. Someday all will recognize the true wealth of the orcs. You too seek wealth, do you not? May you find it, and may tales of your journey be legendary.
Thanks, man. He's a pretty chill guy. Doesn't take any of the loot, just kills the stuff. He's a good boy. I'm gonna loot this chest and pull this lever. That cool with you? Oh, preserved animals were in the... Oh, it was a school. It was an abandoned school, and you found preserved animals in jars. I see. I find it so funny that the resist magic ability in this game is called disbelief. I'm using fire magic on you. No, I don't believe that you are. I don't believe in that. I took a potion that makes me a magic atheist. How you like that? How you like them apples? Really line it up. These imps just like to float around in place. Atheist vampires. The power of Christ compels you. Who? I already looked in that chest. I think I got enough imp gall. I think I'm all filled up on that. I feel like this is a room that would be full of dang imps. I hear some flapping wings. The way they just drop, dude. Pretty awesome. Man, I gotta do the Mages Guild quest line too. Get some better illusion magic, get some enchanting, stuff like that. Get some kind of enchanting stuff like that. Okay, based on the rules of Oblivion, I can't shoot him through that gate, even though an arrow definitely fits through that gate. Them's the rules. How's my day? So far, my day is good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm enjoying myself, working on the next vid. I'm probably going to start uploading YouTube shorts pretty regularly. I was thinking one on Saturday and Sunday. One on Saturday, one on Sunday. Maybe one in the middle of the week as well. Reposts of older videos, yeah, they're all like, it's mainly to grow the channel, or like if there's a video you haven't seen, maybe you just flip through the shorts, and if one interests you, you can be like, yeah, I'll check that one out. I will occasionally make a new short. Also gonna try to do that, but yeah, for the most part, I'm just going to be processing the new content. I also made a TikTok account, which will probably be the same, you know, sort of the same story. Just kind of reprocessing the backlog to try to get something together. So yeah, I don't know how YouTube notifications work. I don't know if you can like turn off notifications for shorts, because I definitely don't want to spam you guys. But that's just something I'm going to be doing. Oh, it's probably this lever. Probably this lever to open that gate. What do you know? Here we go, and here's the door out. The Rick and Morty vid. Thank you for joining.
Well met, traveler. So we searched the land. I must return to my task.
Oh, you watched through my videos when you game? Thank you, Majora. That racks up the views, man. That's sick. The Rick and Morty video, it's interesting. Like, a lot of the problems that I run into are just with the YouTube algorithm. And in all fairness, like I said, I don't try hard to appeal to the algorithm, which is part of my folly. I know that about myself. But like the Rick and Morty video was doing really well the first couple days. Like within the first 3 days it had 2,000 views. And it got those views because the algorithm was showing it to people. When you look at your video analytics, I might actually record a little YouTube short about this, just to be like, hey, you know, hey, what the heck? But maybe that would be in bad form. But essentially, when you look at your analytics, you have a line, you have a graph for views, and you have a graph for like reach. And those graphs are pretty much always the same, unless you've made like a very obtuse video that really no one will ever watch. Typically, if YouTube is showing people your video, consistently some percentage of the people that are shown that video will watch it. And with the Rick and Morty video, the graph was going up and up and up for those first 3 days. And then when the video hit 2,000, it was still cranking. It was still going up. It just like YouTube just like did not show it to a single other person in their home feed or in their For You page. Which I thought was just, you know, again, it's not something I'm like really nickel and diming, but I just think it's interesting. Because it's like, what do you do about that? Like, what can you... Like, just stopped. Just, like, turned a corner and was like, okay, this video's done. This video's done getting views now. He can deal with that mud crab himself. I'm gonna take off this Ring of Night Eye just so the world doesn't look gross and weird. Horror stuff. Yeah, you know, I just like doing stuff. I just don't like to do the same thing year round. I think is the best way to put it. Like I do try to do horror stuff around Halloween. If I mean, Majora, you've been with the channel a while now. You might have picked up like every like summer, at the start of summer, I like to do Spider-Man content, like a Spider-Man video or two. So that's what my next vid is probably gonna be, is a Spider-Man video. I'm working on it now. Because I don't like being... Oh crap, there are ads on stream. Maybe I'll make a Cyberpunk video when I play Cyberpunk, Kira. I think that's a safe bet. Monetization off. Off, YouTube. Ads suck. I don't need to make money from the 4 people that are watching this stream. It's fine. Relax. I want those 4 people to have a nice time. It's less than 25 cents. It's like it's genuinely the amount of annoyance that ads contribute to you does not correlate with the amount of money that I could or would make off of them. I gotta talk to a beggar.
Oh, please be generous, kind sir.
I love how these beggars just look like totally normal, fairly well-dressed people. But it's just like, Rancid Radersha. Gross Greg.
Thank you, kind sir. I know of her. She lives on the west side of town. She is fond of the Three Sisters Lodge in the evening, but takes her midday meal at the 5 Claws.
All right, Three Sisters Lodge, the evening.
Blessings upon you.
She lives at the south side of town. That's the most helpful directions I've gotten from a beggar. What's the name of the person I'm looking for? Adarji? Oh, 8 15-second ads that weren't skippable? That sucks. See, that's the... Yeah, like, that's so... It's so egregiously inconvenient for the experience of watching a video. And, like, yeah, maybe if there were 1,000 people watching this stream, I would be like, look, guys, I know it's a little annoying, but this is now paying for itself. I can do this way more often. Way more often. Like, that feels like a fair trade. But, like, no matter what, streaming's just going to be something I do on the weekends for fun. So, like, why would I make it so inconvenient? I don't know. Seems like this is where the houses are. There we go.
Why does the prey approach me?
I really like the way Khajiit look in this game, man.
So many greenskins here. They smell, do they not? Atarshi won't drink the water, no. They're going to swim in it.
Ooh, a little racist, though.
Yes, a filthy Argonian stole my precious ring.
Oh, a little racist.
It was a gift from my mate. It has sentimental value. I will pay well. The stupid lizard hunts with the name Amusai. Find him. Find my ring. Make him suffer. Kill him. And I will be pleased. Stupid guild rules. He's only an Argonian. He's less than human. And much less than Kashi. If you must spare him, at least make him suffer.
Fantasy racism.
A lot to learn.
But she can train me in light armor. Do I take the light armor training from the racist?
Swift hunting.
Now I can steal from this person because she's not a guild member, but I won't. But I kind of want to because she's racist. So maybe I will. She sees me sneaking around, knowing that I'm a member of the Thieves Guild. She may be a little suspicious of me. Okay, now I'm sincerely just looking for the exit. There we go.
Greetings to you.
I've been hearing disturbing tales about Oblivion gates opening all across Cyrodil. I hope it's just wild talk.
All right.
I understand the Fighters Guild is hiring new members. Not bad work for some folks.
Have you heard any of Darty's jokes?
Terrible jokes, just terrible.
What's the news from the other parts of Tamriel?
Nothing I'd like to talk about.
You think what? Good day.
Julita Plotius. I'm Beto's wife. Well, I don't know much I know the Khajiit are all upset that the council took away their land and gave it to us. But they just have to get over it. It's our land now.
Wow, some real socio-political tension going on in Leowen. I know that they're upset that a government that wasn't theirs took their land and gave it to people that aren't them, but they just gotta deal with it. Just being big babies. They're just doing big stupid babies. I gotta talk to the beggar again. Where's Rancid Rhonda or whatever her name was?
How can I help you?
Yeah, suppose like completely clean, normal-looking person that I guess is barefoot.
One more coin and I can get a pair of shoes.
Oh yeah, well, what do you know? She knew. She knew.
Thank you.
I might. The poor bugger was arrested. Seems he tried to swindle the Countess. He's rotting in a cell in the castle dungeon now. It's common knowledge that the jailers can be bribed to allow visitors to see prisoners. She lives on the...
Blessings of Akatosh upon you.
Alright, now I go to the castle. Where's the entrance to the castle? Probably this spot right here.
Oh, hello.
Hello. This guy tried to steal from the Countess.
Perhaps that was unwise.
Greetings, Bosmer.
Hello?
I'm listening.
Oh, wow. Look at this guy. Look at this guy all dressed up in what appears to be dwarven armor with a dwarven shield. Wowie kazowie. Wowee.
Yes?
Oh, looking a little frozen up there.
I am Ladora Mothril, Lady Leowyn's chaplain and chief advisor. I assist her ladyship so that her enlightened policies might achieve the greatest possible influence upon the affairs of County Leowyn.
What did I learn in history class? All right, everyone.
I think I hear my lady calling.
Hang on. I hope that you have
4 days, because I'm going to recount everything I learned in history class. All right. Step 1. The Iroquois Nation. I think that, yeah. Let's start with the Iroquois Nation. The Iroquois were a tribe of Native Americans that lived in upstate New York. They lived in what the Westerners would call longhouses. It wasn't a teepee situation because of the climate and general seasons of New York, of upstate New York, all the cold and everything. So they needed to live in a large, almost warehouse-like domicile where several families could gather around a fire. You could heat it and smoke wouldn't collect. There was good ventilation. Teepees weren't really a viable option. They were also less nomadic than some other Native American tribes. Other tribes in the area were the Mohawk and some others that I don't remember. Let's see, what else did I learn in history class? In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. He needed a boat to cross the sea, but instead of one, he sailed on 3, the Santa Maria, the Pinta, and the Nina. But Columbus didn't actually even discover America. There was a Viking that did it first, and then before the Viking, of course, there were the tribes that crossed the Bering Land Bridge, who really, like, I don't know why they discovered America, clearly, because they lived there. Like, what, what's the deal with that? But America was named by Emergio Vespucci, who properly recognized, like, oh, hey, look, this is a different place. This isn't India. Stupid Columbus thought he was in India, moron. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, Columbus, you knew the Earth was round, but you didn't. You thought if you could, it was faster to sail around it than just to sail south to India. What? Crazy. And then pretty much basically there was the Age of Enlightenment, there was the Protestant Reformation, the Renaissance, but before that there was the Romans, and before that it was the Greeks, and before that it was the Etruscans. No one ever talks about the Etruscans. I think Etruscan art is very beautiful. What do you got? Jeez Louise, you got Hammurabi, dude. You got the Zoroastrians. Love me a Lamassu. Love me a drawing of a Lamassu. Am I right? God, everyone always talks about the Egyptians, but they haven't seen a good Lamassu. And when you see a good Lamassu, you're like, whoa, these guys had it figured out. Actually, these guys knew how to sculpt. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to imagine that there were just like animals with person heads walking around, because it was such a common motif. Of course, there probably weren't, but geez Louise, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? Maybe they took all the skeletons Maybe they took all the skeletons and they switched the heads around so they just looked like normal skeletons after they died. Maybe that was like a tradition. Ever think about that? I didn't learn that in history class. That's just my own speculation. Do we think this bit has run out of battery life yet? where I just say history facts that I remember from school? I think, yeah, we're going to go back to playing Oblivion, Majora. But I learned a lot in history class. I don't remember all of it super well, but I think I do okay. Oh, Kira says no. All right, we're going to keep doing this bit. We're going to keep doing this bit. Yeah. All right, let me think. Class begins in Africa and ends in Germany. Yeah, American history classes are definitely a little bit more, and again, it's different now because everyone gets a different permutation of the education system. But for us, it was like you learn key points in American history. You definitely get fed lies in elementary school. You definitely get fed lies. At least I did. I was fed that the Thanksgiving is because the Pilgrims and the Native Americans were such good friends. The Pilgrims were like the first. The way it was framed, the way it was communicated to us was essentially like, oh, the Pilgrims were like the first, some of the first American settlers. Christopher Columbus found America, and he thought it was India, so we called everybody Indians, but he was nice to them, or whatever. But he was in South America. They didn't talk about that. They didn't talk about the Spaniards. We didn't talk about any of the Mesoamerican civilizations at first in elementary school. It was literally that little song that I sang, and then the first Thanksgiving. Oh, hey, well, and they made friends, and the natives showed us how to grow food, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, well, you know, let's talk about Roanoke. You know, why don't we talk about Roanoke and, you know, all the stuff that happened before that. Yeah, so you get a very watered down of like, you get this. They teach American history first and then world history second, but then world history goes way further back. And world history, you do learn about Africa, but in the version of the US education system I got, Africa was less frequently discussed. We only really dove into African history when I was in high school in advanced placement world history, which was a super intense, rigorous class that I was in. And I actually opted out of taking advanced placement US history because it was like, there were a few reasons. The main reason was that I wanted to focus on art, and I was in a lot of like AP honor roll classes, and they were eroding so much of my time with just the raw workload. But I knew I wanted to focus my career essentially on like, you know, basically trade skills and art and making things. So I relaxed that a little bit. My junior and senior years of high school, I took fewer advanced placement classes. But the other reason, like the reason that I cut US history from the list was because I was like, I am not going to, I refuse to spend as much effort that I spent learning about the entire world, which was like AP World History was very rewarding and like filled in so many blanks that were like the education system had failed me up to that point about just like understanding global politics and events and kind of how things are connected and where and just like where stuff comes from and like the way that culture and history repeats itself. But it's no longer a bit anymore. It's no longer a funny bit. But the year that I didn't take AP US history, I took AP art history because that was part of my like art curriculum. It was going to set me ahead at the college that I was going to go to. And that was basically the version of that class that I got was there were 250 images, but those images were works of art that were curated and sort of recognized as the most important pieces that I needed to consume and learn about. And you had to learn the 250. You had to know the date, the piece, the artist, the location, and you had to be able to write at least like 3 or 4 sentences about the art. Typically you didn't have to do all of those. You just had to be able to do like some of them. It was like get 4 out of 5, you know, or something like that. And that was what AP art history was like. I thought that was such a cool way to learn about history because you still get the context. You still learn like the big picture, but like art is the footprint that societies and cultures and civilizations leave behind. And I think that's really fascinating. I think a lot of things have like footprints that we don't. We're very into like data and information, but we don't treat history as like aesthetics, as vibes, as like, you know, like these non-corporeal just like sensations. And I feel like that lends a kind of understanding that a lot of people neglect, especially when like trying to wrap their head around other cultures. It's like you get, like when you immerse yourself in it, and you immerse yourself in the point of view, and you understand the art that came from that point of view, you get it. You build a lot of like empathy and a lot of awareness about like things that are going on in a way that just like, then so-and-so attacked so-and-so in a war, and then they believed this, so they were on this side of the war, and then they formed an alliance with yada yada, but because they needed the water, the fresh water supply, because the resources were, you know, yeah, whatever. It's like, that's the meat and potatoes of it, but it's not like, you know, it doesn't encompass everything. Now it's not a skit anymore, and I made it boring, so I am going to go back to playing Oblivion. But yeah, that's history. History, am I right? That's the thing about history. This is one of the things that my AP World teacher in high school used to say. She'd say, the thing about history is that it's usually his story, which is kind like, you know, maybe a little bit of an oversimplification, but definitely speaks to the premise that like history is described by the winners, and the winner is usually a white guy. Especially in the States.
Welcome to Leowin. I'm Alicia Caro, and I have the honor to be the wife of the Count, Marius Caro.
Where is he?
You too.
The honor of being the wife of Marius. About to open one of these doors, find Marius making nookie with another chick. Watch this.
Pickpocket!
What are you talking about? That's why we quick save. Yeah, this is, that's not gonna work. You like that, Majora? You like that little breakdown? That little, what, half-hour ramble that I went on? I'm glad. All right, the bogey's too hot in there. It's too crowded.
You're in good spirits today, milady.
As if the world wasn't crazy enough already. I hear. Good news from Kravachford. The last of the Daedra have been driven out.
So I've heard.
Witsi runs a clean establishment. She
Witsi
really hates
Dutsi.
it when people mess up her place.
The Five Claws is a very clean place.
The Five Claws is a very clean place. Sounds like the start of a trailer for a movie that came out in 2005. The Five Claws is a very clean place. But what happens when its dirtiest customer gets a little too zany? Rob Schneider, David Spade. In The Five Claws Gets Cruddy and Crumbles. Is there a dungeon or just lots of stuff to steal here though? Let's steal from royalty. Hold on. Well, some schmeat, some venison here. Chest, a little bit of gold, don't mind if I do. Some ale, some wine. Is it good wine? No. Piece of a little gold crate with 1 gold in it. Love that. I would love some like display, some display cases. Probably wrong part of the castle, but oh yeah, here we go. Hold on, make sure I'm not seen. What? Iron Gauntlet, Steel Battle Axe, yeah, whatevs. Too heavy. It's too heavy to steal. That would be a cool build though, like the strong thief. Like the thief that can just absolutely haul stuff. I just find it funny that like what is trespassing in Oblivion and what isn't? Like it's not even illegal for me to pick that lock. I'm basically in the basement of the castle. I'm a random person, not even a citizen of this town. And I'm just rummaging around down here. Like, I'm not trespassing. But the upstairs, that's trespassing. Whoa, hey man, you okay?
What?
You okay?
Yes? When we are better friends, ask again. This better be good.
He likes a joke. He likes to boast. He doesn't like coercion.
I like that. A lot.
Doesn't
Don't
like admiration.
talk such rot. What a... Is that so?
Love to talk for 4 or 5 hours of art history with you. I'm not sure. I might be too rusty for a 4 to 5 hour conversation, Majora. But I mean, if you wanna chat about it, send me a message. We can chat about it a little bit. I also took some art history courses in college that I thought were pretty cool. I definitely that's my preferred way to consume history. Is through art.
I like that. Don't waste your flattery on me. Well, you can't scare me. That's really funny. Not now. Not really. You can't scare me.
What?
I wish I could say that. That's great. How's it go again? Don't try. You're wasting your breath. What a great story. Oh, please. Where'd you get... Don't waste your flattery on me. That's really funny.
He loves a joke.
Really? Don't waste your flattery on... You can't scare me.
All right.
That's just... Where'd you get that? That's good. What? Really? Interesting.
All right, I just gotta get one more point with him.
I like that. A lot. Don't try. Really? You can't scare me.
Perfect.
We arrested that miscreant. That stupid lizard tried to blackmail the Countess. I wouldn't waste much time thinking about him anymore.
Do I think photos are art like photography? Yeah. Yeah, I think photography is art. But you can't... This is a question that was asked in a class, is like, what... Art isn't about what something is. It's about intention, right? So if you drop a paint bucket and it splatters on the floor, I guess you could retroactively cut out that piece of flooring and like call it art. But that's when you're getting into territory that I'm like, no, sorry. You gotta give me more than that. You can't. To me, art is about like if you didn't set out to make something, even if you didn't set out to make art, if you didn't set out to make something, you haven't made art along the way. So if a camera falls, right, and like snaps a picture when it bounces off the ground, very interesting, and maybe that's the impetus of an idea where you like intentionally knock cameras over and get them to take pictures and do an art series that's like based on that. What is that doing? What do you think about that?
Good day.
And I think it also translates to like some photos.
Stop right there, criminal
Oh
scum.
shit.
Nobody breaks the law in my... Here's the procedure. We go to...
Oh, that was so... No, I gotta load a save. That was so dumb of me. I was fully on autopilot. If you just take a picture that's like... That's what that voice line is from. Yes, Kira. If you just take a picture and you're just trying to like, like a selfie. A selfie isn't really art if that wasn't your intention. It's like to be artful about it. You know what I mean?
We're here to help.
All right, I gotta persuade him again. But yeah, but that, like, you know, photography is definitely an art form, and it's definitely like a pretty high skill art form. What's my stance on AI art? All right, Kira, that's a can of worms. You ready? Here's my stance on AI art. It's a hot take. It's a hot take. Not everyone agrees with it. As you might know, I've made a couple projects using AI art. I also use it sometimes for my stream backgrounds. I haven't used it. It's not present in this one, but I've been known to do that from time to time.
If I like... say what you're going to say.
Oh, his opinion of me is so low.
That's great. Don't talk such rot. Well done. You can't scare me.
I think AI is a tool that is capable of being misused and that is capable of being used. Because I think the premise of AI is totally sound, and I think that ultimately the uncomfortable truth is that, and this is an uncomfortable truth that much of the art world doesn't really like to acknowledge, is that art is never made in a vacuum. You are always imitating or copying someone else, even if you don't know it, even if you're trying not to. Like, it's not always overt, but all the human brain can do is take in visual stimuli, turn it over, think about it, process it, recapitulate it, and spit it back out as something that is functionally unique, right? But still a homogenization of like other ideas and other thoughts. So, like, if we really distill it down, all an AI workflow is doing is that, right? Do I think that there should be rules and regulations about what we feed an AI algorithm, right? Because essentially we're creating a proxy assistant. You're giving someone who couldn't otherwise afford an assistant. And many, many, many famous high-profile artists, you make, like, they make their work, but they make their work by delegating tasks and responsibilities to other artists and apprentices and interns and workers that work below them, right? So this is not like, that's how a Pixar film is made, right? That's how any movie is made. There is someone who is theoretically in charge, but that person is assigning, like, okay, animated movies are really good example, because you're truly just like going, hey, this one's yours. This little sequence of animation is yours. You do it. I might come back and like ask you to change a thing or two, but like, you're doing that. You are making the subset of creative choices that are involved in like doing this. And I think ultimately all that these tools and these workflows that use AI do is they empower someone who otherwise could not afford an assistant, or sometimes like expensive equipment, or like, you know, that couldn't afford other tools or other methods for making something easier, right? I can't afford a concept artist. That's just not something that I can. The amount of time that it takes to make concept artwork. Is AI better than a concept artist? No. Is it a suitable proxy for someone who's just trying to get an idea put out? Yes. I don't think there's anything wrong with using it. I think there should be regulations about how it's trained, what it's trained on. And I think that as a society, we need to be more astute about what we consume, right? Because so many people are like, oh, this is great. Too bad it's AI. You think it's great? You think it's a good idea? You think it's good art? Okay. What do you like? If it still took effort, if it's still a concept that a person came up with and executed, because there are two camps, right? There's AI slop, and then there's art that's made with AI, and those are two really different things. If you look at something like the Angel Engine, series, which I think is on TikTok. I found it on Instagram Reels. Maybe you can find it on YouTube. That is a like brilliant little narrative sort of think piece that's very spooky, very evocative, and like super well produced. You know, uses a ton of AI, but like that's not slop. That's not Captain America looking bedazzled. You know, that's not gothic fantasy Adventure Time, which like, and like those things have a place too, right? Like when smartphones got cameras and people were able to post photos online, like start to finish from their phone, suddenly the internet was flooded with like pictures of that like 16-year-olds were just like taking that were total junk, that were like blown out with filters, low quality. Like every time there's a big breakthrough in art like this, people make a bunch of slop and people try to make a quick buck. And with AI, it's happening on like a really profoundly huge scale, and it's drastically changing the way that art should be made and should be thought about, and like the rule and regulations that should exist around copyright. And unfortunately, society does not have the tools to like solve that problem perfectly. And I am like fully ready to acknowledge that. Like people are getting shafted, people are getting the short end of the stick. We are getting flooded with just like brain rot that a bunch of human beings are like using these systems to basically automatically pump and dump trash on the internet because it makes a little bit of money, right? And I think that's like there are evils associated with it, but like when photography came out, portrait artists were like, I hate photography, because they painted people's portraits, like they thought it was going to take all their work away. But those portrait artists were actually the best suited photographers because they were formally trained in like how to understand lighting. I like how this guard is like nodding along with me while I talk. That's actually really funny. These portrait artists were like formally trained in understanding light and understanding composition and how someone should stand so that they look appealing and what they might want to wear, and like they were the best. So like the fact that the sect of society that's so anti-AI right now is artists, that's the most disheartening thing about it for me, because that is where like it's a trick. The swindlers and the grifters and the CEOs and the people who are trying to use this to save money have helped push forward this narrative that makes artists hate AI. But artists are the ones that like could be using it to greatest effect. And if artists embrace it and learn how to use it and become better empowered by it, then like, and that also extends to like software design engineers, right? That also extends to like all of these fields that are like being, you know, where AI is taking over. Like there are instances, there are very like low level versions of tasks that like, yeah, now you really don't need a person, you can use AI, especially in programming. But if someone with a perfect working knowledge of like what can be done is just using this tool to go faster, you know, then that's like, then you're not going to get replaced. They're not going to hire somebody. But there's two sides, right? Like if you're a concept artist, right, and you can paint perfect concept art, and you start using AI to supplement your workflow. Again, not to like just make it for you, but to supplement your workflow. So you're like, oh, give me some color options. Like you draw an outline of a suit, one thing AI can do is like give you colored in options. You're like, just give me some like lay out some basic color theory, like compositions for this. And then you can look at that stuff and be like, oh yeah, okay, I like this one, like that one. Maybe I take some of this, some of that. And then like that just saves you the time, right, of filling in 5 versions yourself and looking at them. That just saves you hours of time. And but you're still doing the work. But then what we also have to do is, as consumers and as professionals and as whatever, we need to be able to recognize quality. right? We need to be able to discern the difference between this is AI slop and this is something that someone spent a lot of time on, and we need to pay for the thing that someone spent a lot of time on. That way, art just gets better, right? Art just gets better, and it's able to be made faster, and more people are empowered to do it cheaply. So that if you have a good idea, you're less limited by like your circumstances. But unfortunately, that's not necessarily what's happening. Is people are saying I hate AI, and then they happily consume like the lowest tier AI content. So then people are firing artists in droves because artists either refuse to use AI because they hate it, or they stick around on principle, but either still don't use AI, or if they do use AI, they probably weren't very good artists to begin with because they're not like contributing anything. They really are just pumping out trash. But culture is accepting that, and culture is paying for it, and so like that's making money. And if that's gonna make money, that's what they're gonna produce. Kind of talking in circles at this point, but it's like you need to. It's a Pandora's box situation. It's not going away. We're not making it go away. If everyone needs to embrace it, so everyone is literate in what it can and can't do, and so the playing field is level. That's just how I feel about it. Yeah. I feel like I had one other thing I was going to say, but I forgot what it was. I don't know. You have to take the AI and control it more. Yeah. Like that's a simple way of putting it, is like you still have to do the work. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Thanks, Majora. That was helpful. If you look at, if you look at Iron Man 1, and you look at the way Tony Stark builds the Iron Man suit in his, once he's back in his garage, once he's out of the cave and he builds like the Mach 2 Iron Man suit, that is one of the best demonstrations, I think, of like what AI should do and how it should work, and how it kind of does work, right? You have this guy who is able to, in months essentially, with hand tools, crudely build the Mach 1 Iron Man suit, which is this big lumbering mass, which is this crazy elaborate prototype, but he has the mechanical know-how to do this, right? And if he had, 5 years and a full machine shop, he could probably make the Mach 1 Iron Man suit by hand as well. Does he do that? No. He like does a couple drawings, says Jarvis, mock this up in CAD. Jarvis mocks it up in CAD. He like test fits it with a hologram. He goes, yeah, throw that away. Let's reinforce this a little bit, right? He just says that, and then Jarvis like reinforces it or whatever, and like that's the kind of workflow that AI like gives you. It's like he still has the knowledge and he's still steering it, but it's literally just saving him like months of time, and he's just one person, right? There's literally a scene in the movie where he looks at a 3D model of what the suit is going to be, and he goes, yeah, throw a little bit of hot rod red in there to mix things up, because the alloy is like gold, right? And so it's like too gold. It's like, just paint it, throw some red in there. And just with that prompt, right, Jarvis, the AI, is able to generate a color scheme for the Iron Man suit, and that's what Stark uses. And like that didn't strike anyone as problematic at the time. Like, of all the depictions of AI in popular culture and media, Terminator, Blade Runner, yada yada yada, iRobot, no one looked at Iron Man 1 and said like, oh my god, that's horrible. People looked at Iron Man 1 and that's sick, that's a utopia, that's the world I want. And everyone is so panicked and so at each other's throats about it right now that I feel like they can't see the forest from the trees, and they can't see that this technology puts that on the table. It has a lot of problems and we got to be careful about it, but like that's on the table now, is that you can genuinely build stuff that way, and I think that's astonishing. I'm going to stop talking about it. This has been a very rambly stream so far. But thanks for the good questions, guys.
You can't... That's great! Don't... What a great story. I like that. A lot. Remarkable. That's just talk. Don't talk such rot. Don't talk such rot. Really? You can't... That's really funny. That's just talk. That's real. What nonsense. What a great story. That's just talk. Where'd you get that? That's good. Don't waste your flattery on me. You can't scare me. Oh, don't... Really? Interesting. We arrested that miscreant. That stupid lizard tried to... Goodbye.
Oh, really? That's what I got for... Whatever. At least my speechcraft got upgraded. I could get arrested. I could actually do exactly the thing that I did on accident, which is get arrested, and then I'll go to the prison. But, like, I could just find the prison. I'm glad you guys like the talking stream.
Hi.
How do you even name it? Gennarius Aruncia. Gerarnius Aruncia. Dude, if I made a fantasy world, people would be named like Eisen and like Tem and like, you know, like Jip and just like these little, these dumb 3-letter easy peasy lemon squeezy ass names. I don't know how you even imagine that many syllables. Girl, you're so stuck on.
Are you an adventurer?
What is going on with you, girl?
Hello.
Can I push you to help you? Get you on some flat ground? There you go. At least you don't look so spooky halfway up the stairs.
Oh, my. Are you... Yes? I think I hear Milady calling.
There's the dungeon. Empty. I just like picking locks so much, dude. I just like stealing so much.
The Thieves Guild's new favorite. What do you want? The Thieves Guild refused to take me, so I came here. Leyawen is my home. It's where I was raised.
Oh, I see.
I went to the Imperial City in hopes of joining the Thieves Guild. Now, I'm forced to live as a freelance thief.
Freelance thief.
Why should I tell you where it is? Here I sit in Leyawen's dungeon while you are free. What will you do for Amusai if I tell you? You mean with the Thieves Guild? Sure, that way I'll be a member in good standing when they put my head on a pole. Are you an idiot? I want you to get me out of here. I don't want a stinking guild membership.
You lost some photos of your granddad in a house fire. Sorry, I'm reading back some of what you said, Majora. World War One, and what this is doing to the artist and how he expresses it. Your grandfather take those photos? Or was he just in them? Yeah, documentary photography is different because sometimes it's art and sometimes it isn't. Like, it's a mugshot art. I don't know. I'm on the fence about mugshots. Because if anything, it feels like a mugshot is art for the person being photographed more than it is the person taking the photo. And I think that's also kind of true of like group photos, like documentary photography that during wartime, like photos of soldiers and stuff. It's like the soldiers have something to say. Maybe just documentary photography of people in general. The people have something to say more than the photographer does a lot of the time. But that's not always true because sometimes documentary photography is like very journalistic and is actively trying to push something forward and will seek out photos that validate that. And they'll tell people how to pose, how to act. What if I give you a lockpick? I'll cut you in on the profits.
You do that for me? Maybe you guild types aren't so bad after all. Okay, it's a deal.
Give him a lockpick.
Give me a lockpick, and I'll tell you about the ring. Sunlit freedom. Yes, I stole that ring from a Darji. When I went to sell it, the fence told me I was too hot for him. He showed me an inscription on the inside, to Alicia. That had to be the Countess of Leowin. The damn ring was stolen property.
Oh, the ring was stolen when he stole it.
I figured I would ransom it back to the Countess. Except, she tricked me. I was arrested for theft, and she kept the ring. The Countess rarely leaves the castle. Good luck getting it back. I owe you a debt of gratitude.
Alright, so I gotta boonk this from the Countess. Hey, someone left that door open. Yeah, someone left that door over there open. I gotta make like a tree and get out of here. That's too bad that you lost those photos, Majora. You gotta, whatever you have left, you should scan them. If you can. Oh, what the artist is drawing after the war? Oh yeah, there's a lot of that.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I'm just back here.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for asking. Probably a lot of good thievable stuff in here. Come on, man. so many nice clothes. I think speaking of post World War I art, I think they should bring back absinthe. All those guys fight in World War I, come home, get drunk on absinthe, make some art. What is not art? I think generally it's easier to qualify what is art than it is to say what isn't. Ooh. Some canvases in the basement. Someone was making art down here. To me, like, art is, to me, is anything that is made with intention. That is made with the intention to be art. And also, art can be anything that, like, that moves you, that makes you feel something. And it not in like a art is an image that brings you to tears. Doesn't have to be that. Art can be a chair that makes you go, ooh, that's a nice chair. You know? That is acceptable. Or art can be a chair that makes you go, oh, that's an ugly chair.
You're not supposed to be in here. Ansteya Sandu. I don't think it would be appropriate for me to talk about private family matters with a stranger.
I gotta make her like me.
So? I can't argue with that. Ugh, that's... what a wonderful compliment. I doubt it. I doubt it. You've got a point. Ugh, really? Now you're such a charmer. I doubt it. You win this one. You're... no. You do me too much honor. I won't fight you. No. You do me too... I doubt it.
Oh.
Not funny. Not even a little bit. You win this... Get away... Goodness. I doubt it. I doubt it. I can't argue with that. Not fun. What a wonderful compliment. For me? Thanks. That's very good. The Countess is very happy to have her ring back. I don't think she has taken it off for days. If you want to hear the whole story, talk to Ladara. Mornings, she is at the town chapel. She travels to... be seeing you.
You're not supposed to be here. Oh, but you tell very funny jokes. What's not art for you, Majora? What's your definition of art?
Well met. Good day.
Good day. I do actually need to... Is she gone? She's not gone. Let's do a little alchemy. Chameleon, restore health. Oh. Resist poison, damage, fatigue, fire damage, visibility, shield. Oh, my alchemy's gone up. I guess I'm something of a full metal alchemist.
Or I'll call the guards and have you arrested.
Art's gotta be from the heart. That's right. Retort increases the magnitude and duration. Negative side effects on potions. I see. Then how do I use the alembic? Yo, they just got a skull? Spooky. That shit is spooky. Like flying a plane? Yeah, that definitely, could consider that an art form. Oh, that's an expensive book. I'm not here. Do I have like a calm spell? You don't see me, I'm moonshadowed, dude. Hey, card. You think birds make art by flying? Interesting. My mic is making the weird sound again. Let me fix that. And in doing so, I will wait. She's still aggro? Utterly redonk. What are you up to today, card? Saw your new sewing machine, very cool. Can she not open doors? Yeah, I might load a save because this isn't even like.
Stop! You violated the... Then pay with your blood.
Away!
Let's try this one. Was she aggro at this point? Yes. Where are you going next week, Card?
Savi, Count's mage. What? Don't, please. I'm sorry. I doubt it. Not now. Yeah, I get it. Are you serious? Make it quick. Yes, yes. But that's pretty good. Not now, not later. Good one. Whatever you want. What not? I doubt it. Sure, that's I doubt it. Not now, no more. You're frightening me. No more. You're sure? Don't try to manipulate me. Yes, yes. Whatever you don't try to I doubt it. Good one. Good one. I accept. I have no choice. Not now. I doubt it. What nonsense. Whatever. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah. Don't try to manipulate me.
Crap. That was a...
Don't, please.
That was a
doubt
goof.
it. That's pretty good. Don't, please. I'm sorry. Not I doubt it. Don't waste your Don't, please. I'm sorry. Good one. I doubt it. That's pretty good. Yes, yes. Whatever you... Don't try to manipulate me. I doubt it. Sure, don't try... Yes, yes. Whatever you... Well, isn't that... You're good.
Oh, Disneyland or Disney World?
The Countess is very happy to be seeing you.
Wow, I said the words Disney and all my frames dropped. Tell me about the Disney trip. What's the plan? Which parks you're gonna go to? All right, let's see what we got here.
Yes?
What? Marius, perhaps you would like to do a service for Count. I don't think it would be appropriate. I don't think I like that question. Say what you're going to say.
Make this clown like me. Likes jokes, and he likes
It's good of
admiration.
you to say so. Where'd you get that?
Makes sense
That's
for a
good.
king.
You can't scare me. You're a big fat... Oh, that's great! That's really too much. You're too kind. You're wasting your breath. You can't scare me. You're full of it. Where'd you get that? I like you too. You can't... That's great!
Oh, man.
How's it go again? Blah, blah, blah. That's really... Blah, blah, blah. What a bore. How nice. Is that so? See? Thank you, thank you, thank you. How kind. See? Was that hard? That's right. Exactly.
Being taken to every park. Who's there? I'm very scared. They're picking me up very, very early. Who's they? Feels so ominous.
Morning, she is at the town chapel. At the castle, she hosts the evening. She travels to Coral on the IBC. I'm sure. She travels to. Morning, she is at the town chapel. At the castle, she hosts the evening meal at 8. She retires sometime after 11. She travels to Coral on the Ides of every month. Don't even try to find her between the 15th and the 17th. Goodbye.
She's gonna host her dinner at 8. She's gonna stare at this guy for 4 hours.
How goes it? I am Genonia Arunsi. Januarius and I have been in service to 3... I don't think I like that question. Farewell.
Plans meals at the... Oh, there they are.
How good? What can I do for you? This better be good. I won't fight you. What? No, that's just not... That's amazing. You win... What nonsense. What a... Gracious, what a hero. You think that's funny? Gracious, what a hero. I won't fight... Don't waste your flattery on me. Not now. What a dumb... I salute you. You win this one.
Originally it was Universal, but tickets were sold out, so they're like, I guess we have to go to Disney. Your boyfriend's family. You're gonna have a great time. Your boyfriend's family, they all hate each other. You're gonna have an okay time. I do like Universal a little more than Disney, to be honest.
See, for me, see, every little bit helps.
Oh, an expensive bribe.
Can't do better. Yes, of course not when I sleep. In these difficult times, we must come. We all profit by your lawful pursuit of the unlawful. And we... Yes, after all... Of course not when I sleep. I am a... Farewell.
Alright, so I gotta figure out where she sleeps. She turns in at 11?
Oh my! Are you an adventurer?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Hello!
Well met.
Majora, you hate Fiona from Shrek. Okay. I hate the Moonshadow vanishes when I freaking,
Stop right there, criminal scum. Then pay with your... It's all over, lawbreaker. Hope you...
I should go now because I know there's no one over there, and I should wait. Card has become addicted to Balal. Card's a poker addict now. You're still Majora's Mask 456. Yeah. Yeah, I know that. You're the OG. You're the real one. Play Balaltra. I'm trying to learn Magic the Gathering right now. It's not going well, but that's at the top of my card game priority list. We got time to sit and talk while we wait for these dang people to go to sleep, to come in and go to sleep. Magic the Gathering player? Yep. Same? I was thinking about streaming Arena. Just drop my dang headphones. Do you know who else plays Magic the Gathering? Lots of cool people. Lots of cool, dope people. Which cool, dope person are you going to refer to, Card? John Darnielle, lead singer of the Mountain Goats. Of course. Of course, a cool guy. as I knew based on the anecdotal evidence. To wait, bro. Am I AI? Is any intelligence? Is any person not an artificial intelligence? All intelligence is a little bit artificial if it's a person learning with paper and computers and stuff, getting intelligent through artificial means. Maybe my intelligence is all artificial. I really like the ceiling in this place. This actually looks quite nice. Feels like a castle, you know, although it's odd that they like zero windows. The air in here must get really stale. Damn it, son of a bitch. No. Ah. I quick saved instead of loading. Will she notice her jewelry box is empty? Maybe. The master's hand. Am I just a story? I'm just a book that came to life. Oh, we gotta wait here so long. It's gonna be like 8 minutes. It's gonna be like 8 solid minutes, y'all. Anyone have any questions? Anyone? Anyone excited for any new movies coming out soon? I played Fallout 3 on PS3, and went in and into Deadloop. How big am I? About this size. I'm actually everyone. Card knows this. I'm actually like this big. I'm actually like this big. I ride around on Mooncake to get around the house. This is what you're seeing is a forced perspective shot right now, actually. Yeah. Like anytime Mooncake gets on my lap and I zoom in, that's forced perspective. Yeah. Card is really small. I'm this big. Right? Card's like this big. 2 inches tall. But I'm a really powerful telepath too, so like whenever I pick something up. Yeah. That's forced perspective. I don't smoke, by the way. I just like having a lighter around. For candles. I'm levitating it at the right distance from the camera so it looks like I'm holding it. Majora's 6'1", very tall boy, tall man. Congratulations. That's way taller. That's so many more inches than I am tall. Yeah, I don't smoke. I don't smoke anything, and I wouldn't lie about that. If I did, if I partook of the devil's lettuce, or if I did vapes, I wouldn't be dishonest about that. But I don't. So take that as you will. You're not gonna score any. Long story short, you're not gonna score any brownie points with me. You tell me about something you smoke. I don't think that's cool. I don't think that's cool because I don't do it and I don't live vicariously through other people's actions. Final Destination Bloodlines. Don't know what that means. New movie? Oh, that's a new movie that's coming out. That Card is excited about. Will Wood. Card likes Will Wood. Will Wood rot if left in a wet, damp, dark environment for an extended period of time? The answer is yes. Especially if there's a lot of bacteria, a lot of microorganisms going on, or fungus. Wood will rot when moss and fungus gets to it. Try to say the longest German word. I can't. And I don't remember it, and I don't have my phone, and I don't want to click away from Oblivion right now because the door might open and I won't get off my invisibility spell soon enough, and that would be sad. If I were God for 5 minutes, what would I do?
By the
What's
gods,
going on?
He was...
Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. Then pay with your blood.
Here a sec... He...
How? I didn't hear the dang door open, dude. Did I forget to close it? Yeah, if I was God for 5 minutes, I'd say the longest German word, I think. I think probably I maybe didn't close this door behind me, which made it so they could just walk right in. And I'm sure he kicked this urn over, and that was the little sound that I heard. If I was God for 5 minutes. You know, what's wrong? What's wrong? What do I think? What do I think is one thing that would like fix most of the world? I just think that like, if I was God for 5 minutes, I would make it so that anyone who I would make it so people had a natural reflex to, when they have 10 times more than they need of everything, they have an innate reflex to get rid of it. Or like, no, 10 is too much. When they have 5 times more than what they need of pretty much everything, and that includes money, that includes like, right? Because money can theoretically buy you all of that stuff. No, but I have to find a way to suss it out. Basically, I would make it so people have an innate mechanism for. I would put a limit on people's desire to accrue. I would put a limit on greed. You can be very greedy. You can have more than other people if that's really what you want to do. But when you have billions, when you have billions of dollars, you, like Clockwork Orange style, you should feel really sick, or just something in your brain should just like, that is, I think, there are so many issues going on in the world, and the root cause is just like somebody who has $1 billion, but they want to have $2 billion. It's like, what? What are you talking about? Or like, make it so no one wants to be written about in a history book. That's not a viable justification for doing anything. I want to be written about in a history book. Because I also feel like if you're not doing crazy, horrible stuff for money, that's the other reason you're doing crazy, horrible stuff. I'd do something like that, I think, if I was God for 5 minutes. Also, I'd give myself all the powers and abilities of Spider-Man, obviously. Obviously. That would persist after the 5 minutes. Rinfleisch geht über und Junges Arabagundiges. Rinfleisch geht über Runges über und Junga Barber Dugergeriges. How was that, Majora? Oh, I realized I've switched away from the gameplay, which probably, here we go, transition back. Also quick save here, so that we're like a few. Say, you're asking me to say that. that accent mark that doesn't exist in the language that I speak and pronounce it. I'm gonna guess it's like. Let me think about how German sounds. I'm gonna guess it's like, ooh. Instead of you, it's like, you. Something like that. What? Give me some phonetics. Give me some phonetics for those, Majora, because I'm just gonna go with like, you. Why don't you, Majora, why don't you spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? Why don't you do that? I'm ready. I'm ready. Just come in here. Just get in here, guys. What's taking them so long? Well, 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 look how the tables have tabled, Majora. I don't know. You don't have to say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Or spell it. Kira got it, though. It's literally taking us the whole stream to do this one Thieves Guild quest. Every step of the way, we have gone as slowly as possible and done the worst job one could imagine. And we're also save scrubbing to give ourselves a distinct advantage. Basically, time manipulation. Just gotta listen for that door open. It bugs me that it won't even tell you what time it is. You sent the saying on Discord. Kudos, but like I said, I'm not going to open Discord right now because I know I'm going to open it, and this clown, actually, I'm going to quick save again because I know I'm closer to the impetus of these folks entering their domicile. I don't understand how they can be on their way, and it takes 17 minutes for them to get from the bottom of the stairs in the other room to the top of the stairs into one door and then into this room. Think like an NPC. I'm trying. I'm hiding behind a desk. I used to do this. I used to do this for hours, man. Look at that, you don't quite rotate around the... You don't quite rotate around the actual cursor. A little bit of a... A little bit of a radii there. See that? Because if I go sort of like dead center between some of these bricks in the grout line, find the center of the grout line. Well, no, actually, but better example would be if I go right at the corner of this crack. Damn joystick. There we go. I'm right at the center of this crack. I'm looking all the way down. See that? I'm way off. Or at the tip of that. You know what I mean. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's the same thing on the roof, on the top. The top spin. Top spin the same as the back spin in this game. Yep, look at that little circle. Interesting, interesting. Hunt me, somebody hunt me. Let's look at the wood grain here. This is not the way that you would typically want to build this desk here. Especially up top. So this is like, there we go. See, this side panel is you'd want the grain running this way across the whole back of the desk. It's not the end of the world that it's like this because you still have plenty of material, right? You're not getting areas of short grain. Where you are getting areas of short grain are in this trim at the bottom and this little decorative piece up here, which I guess if this is like carved in, but it's not. This is a separate piece. But maybe that is the top. Maybe that's the edge of the tabletop. Nope, can't be because the grain is going in a different direction. This tabletop, the grain makes sense. Here, the grain is kind of acceptable. Here, the grain doesn't make sense at all. But the worst is that little piece of trim at the bottom. The grain texture should be going the other way. That's correct. That's correct. Drawers are correct. These walls look pretty good, pretty reasonable. Chair looks good. Chair looks pretty good. Yeah, they got it right for the most part. They did a good job for the most part. It's mainly this like hewn bit in the middle. The shortest city name. I'm guessing it's one letter. It's the town of the town of yeah. But is it pronounced yeah or y? New dog. It's taking longer this time, is it not? Jude. I'm gonna quick save. There's a flannel hanging on the back of my chair that I would like to move. And of course, with my luck, they're gonna come through right as I move the flannel. Is my phone over there? I don't know where my phone is. Get my phone while I'm at it. Oh, they didn't come back, but I grabbed my phone. Card got a new puppy. Let's see about this. See about Cartoon Dog, and we'll also check out the stuff that Majora sent us. Ooh. Little dark boy. Little dark little boy. Or girl. Boy, is it a boy or a girl? Wait, hold on. I'm gonna guess because I can usually surmise the gender of dog just by looking at the dog normally and not by looking at the wiener or vagina. This is... So it's so hard because this is a real scraggly one. I think this is a girl dog, though. I think this is girl dog. Am I right? Marley? Oh, that's a boy dog name. Never fails. Never fails. I don't know if how that shook out for stream delay, but I did not see your message until I had guessed. All right. Majora's demonstrating the longest German word for us, I think. Or is he saying? Oh. That's how you say those. Good. Didn't say it until I guessed. That's right. I guessed correct. Salvador Dali's pretty cool. He's alright. Pretty silly looking man. Where are they? I'm just gonna quick save and go see how close they are, because this is ridiculous. Are they even on their way?
Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or... Then...
Oh yeah, they were really close. Okay. They're in this like space, so they are walking over. Unless they're stuck. Shit, do you think they're stuck? I'll give them like 5 more minutes. Right. I did watch the short that you sent me, but that was before. I wasn't sure if that was a video of you still saying the word though. I wasn't sure. Could go either way. Could have swung either way on that. Stuff you've been working on recently in Minecraft. Let's take a look at that. Posted in the art channel. Have you posted it anywhere, Majora? Or, not, sorry, Kira? Total brain fart. Apologies. I did see the 3D printed pulse jet, very cool. I think I gotta help things along. Look at that, they're freaking stuck out there.
Stop right there, criminal scum. Nobody breaks the law on my watch.
What are you I'm invisible right now, bro.
Then
This is ridiculous. I think it's because I closed the outer door. I think I goofed. I think I goofed in this permutation of events because I closed that freaking outer door.
stop!
What?
You violated the law. Pay the court a fine. Hope you...
How do I do this now? Cast it earlier.
Stop right there.
How does he...
Scum.
What?
Nobody breaks the law on my watch. Then pay with...
How on earth am I to... What is happening? The game is bugging. This save might be...
Pay with your...
This is the part where you go down and bleed to death.
They somehow know that I'm trespassing? Doom the Dark Ages? I'm familiar. Yeah. Alright, here's what I'm thinking. Go invisible, way back here. Just gotta like... I don't know Minecraft shaders that well, Kira. All right.
What is it?
How goes it?
Fine, and you?
I've been better.
Heard any news from the other provinces?
Many are dead in the land of the Dunmer. Even St. Joe.
It's
Heard the Derek's arguing.
Alright, let's take a look at Kira's art while we wait for these clowns to show up. Ooh, yeah, Euphoria looks great. Are those frog lights? Are those purple frog lights? No. Where's the Countess? Where is she? Is she not also going to bed? What? What? Where is she? Oh wow, he has got.
Keep your fingers to yourself, thief.
He's got some good stuff. I did stream Portal. Ad Astra glowing steel pillars. Wait, so I don't understand. She doesn't go to bed with him? Where does she sleep? The jewelry box is right here. There she is. And now we push our luck.
Pickpocket! Pickpocket! Why you just...
I don't think I can pickpocket him. Maybe I can pickpocket her. Maybe I can get 400 gold off her, easy peasy. Let's just see.
What?
No, it's too big. It's too big. It's too much to steal. And I'm sure the secret room key is like protected for something. Now we leave. Now we escape. Is this a secret room? I feel like that's the secret door right there. I don't have any...
Stop right there, criminals. That's too... Okay.
I have an idea. I have an idea.
Stop! You violated the law. Then...
Alright, gotta load my save here, because if I do the other one, the in-game clock puts all those NPCs right on top of me. I do...
Keep your fingers to yourself, thief.
Okay, no, that's not a... I just wanted to see if that was a secret room that I could open. If I had the key... Where's Mooncake? Yeah, it's a hot summer day. She's probably chilling on the porch, soaking up the sun, you know. Where's the guard? There's the guard. Cure paralysis. Do I have anything that gives paralysis? Oh wait, I have wormwood leaves which give invisibility. Do I have anything else that gives invisibility? Because I really don't need it for long. Is it possible? Will bloodgrass... I don't think it works like this. The oldest man-made thing I've seen in person. Good question.
What do you think you're...
Oh, she's sensitive. Trying to think what the oldest man-made thing I've seen in person was.
You violated the law. Then I'll teach you to steal from the Countess of Leowin.
There's gotta be a way. I can't distract him with an arrow. I don't think I can even really get an arrow through there. What if I try to get him to see me? And I lose him. Dude, he's just busted. Can I set something up that will kill him? What if I just frenzy him? All right, got a plan. Got a plan. If I frenzy him, I don't think he'll arrest me, he'll just try to kill me. And if I run away from him, I don't think another guard will try to arrest me. That's my current plan. I'm so close. Take a look at Kira's. Once we solve this, we're gonna end stream. Oh wow, so much, so many phobographs, so many bogos minted, Kira. ZOE, nice building. You're building in the end, looks like. Or maybe that's just what the skybox looks like with your shader. Yeah, I think that's just what the skybox looks like with your shader. This is the overworld. Wow. Wow, I like this purple reactor looking thing. Fancy modded stuff, some fancy computer stuff, some nice furniture, a little makeup table, a little whiteboard. You sleep, you do your whiteboard, you do your makeup at the makeup table. Movie posters, got your computer. Building the perfect bedroom. This create mod? What is this? Very nice. Very elaborate. Love the cherry blossoms. Excellent work. The game's jankiness is really what's blocking me, because if this guard was like not... If this guard was not too janky to like actually get anywhere. Like if I close that door and then go like over here. Will that attract, is he attracted to me through the wall like a magnet? No. Oh. What kind of damage does that do to the overworld? Firing shells like that. How long will the stream go? As long as this takes, Majora. I just need to see...
Stop right
game.
It's all over, lawbreaker. Then
there's gotta be a way to get this frenzy to land before he accuses me.
I think it's important that it happens before he accuses me. No! That's actually fine. That's actually fine because I know the spell. It wasn't a single use, I just wanted to get rid of this. Scroll.
stop right there, criminal scum. Nobody break.
I do have another way out of this,
Pay with your blood.
which is to go to jail and then see you, Majora, which is to go to jail and then get ooh, beguiling touch. This is the furthest I've gotten.
Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a fine or serve... Then pay with... I'll teach you to steal from the Countess of Leowin. You should have paid the fine. It's all over, lawbreaker. Your spree...
I'm gonna get it. It's not my fault he is stuck on the door. This is not my fault. My neighbors upstairs are vacuuming. That's what that rumbling sound is, if anyone's curious.
Stop right there. You should have...
Seems like he resists the charm. Alright, my two options are I try to charm him. Where's my charm spell? Oh, beguiling touch.
Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court a... Then... Oh!
Alright, that seemed to do something, but what if I try to frenzy him?
It's all over, lawbreaker. Then...
Maybe I just try to sneak by him the old-fashioned way. Whoop.
It's all over, law... Then... You...
Whoop. There we go. I blitzed it. I blitzed it, bro. I did it. I don't know why it worked that time and not the other time. Is she coming for me?
How are you?
Good.
Don't be shy. Join us. Take care.
Is there an inn? Alright, let's hand in this ring. Let's give this racist lady her ring.
Why does the prey approach me? Does the hunter have this one's ring? Amusai tried to sell it to Alicia Carroll? Ah, stupid lizard. Adarji used his ring much more wisely. I use it to collect and sell information. That ring can be used to read private messages the Count writes. Get me that ring. Steve. Just the hunt? My ring. Is that slimy Argonian dead? You have earned the reward. The Thief's Guild was always good to Adarji's dearest mate. I am grateful that the memory is still honored. Swift hunting.
Alright. 200 gold? Dude, that was not a 200 gold quest. That was a bajillion gold quest. Alright, back to Braville to report. I gotta say, hey, Thieves Guild lady, I did it.
Who will help an old beggar?
Actually, let me try to buy some more useful spells.
Take a chance on the... Just kidding. I offer the finest goods and lowest prices in all Cyrodil. Let's do business.
Major Dispel, Heat Shell, Fortify Fatigue, Starlight, Protect, Soul Trap. Is a ghost stronger than a skeleton? Which is a stronger summon? I mean, both are duped by Atronach, I assume. Oh yeah, duh. Ghosts are non-corporeal, so... yeah.
Tell your friends about me. Bye.
Goodbye. Oh, ding dong. My mic's doing that thing again. Right on time. End of stream. Where is she? Where are you? There you are.
You have returned? Good work. You are truly an asset to the guild. I will make sure the Grey Fox himself hears about this.
Yeah.
I am promoting you to Prowler. Congratulations.
Oh, I'm a prowler, dude.
You are unproven. Gold is the blood of the thieves. Shadow hide the hunter.
Yeah, I've got to fence a little more. All right, well, that's a good place to wrap it up. We did it. We did one quest. It took us 4 hours. Thanks everyone for watching. I appreciate y'all. And I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.